What's your story?
Well, from a very young age, I was very slender, active. About 4th grade, I put on weight, started eating for covering up some pain of abuse and not knowing what to do. I ate. About 12, I was raised in Hawaii, by the way, and things are a lot different there. I think it was 12 I had my first drink. Oh man, that did it for me. I didn't need the food anymore. And went into kind of a alcoholic, workaholic lifestyle. Very functioning. Made a lot of money, worked 2 jobs, went to school, ran companies. And about 91, I got sick. And they said it was chronic fatigue syndrome. I had the blood disease. No cure, never going to get well, gave me no hope. Nothing the doctors could do. They just said, it's not terminal, but there's times you'll wish it was. You know, I just went home, went to bed, so I guess I'm sick. Went on for a few years, and about 95, I got recovery. I found God. I mean, it was amazing. I think it was kind of a spiritual intervention with my grandson. He was almost 3 years old, and I'd given up on life, just was never going to get well, just going to go out with a bang, you know, whatever, I'm not going to feel anything. And he put his hand on my face and he said, Grandma, you're beautiful. And this was after being drinking for a couple days, not making phone calls. And I looked into his eyes and I saw this little light, you know, and all of a sudden I wanted to live. And I got into recovery, had a spiritual experience. Just that whole thing was, I had hope. And even though my health was still deteriorating, I just had this hope that started growing in me. And I started working with other women and becoming very active in recovery, church. I mean, it's amazing how I found Living Hope Church. Didn't even know that place was there. Said a prayer in a meeting, and somebody gave me Pat Barcroft's phone number, and she hired me that day. And I took over running the house as the women's house. But then they told me I had fibromyalgia on top of everything else, and I'm going, you know, what next? Kept moving forward. My weight, never had I been heavy, except for as a point in a child, but my weight just, it's like, I just woke up fat, it seemed like, and thinking you know, being sick, oh, I couldn't do anything about it, I was too tired, I'll just work and do what I can. Well, God told me different. I mean, He did. He told me different. He said, you know, told me He would heal me. And I got the job at House of Hope, and that was just a miracle. I mean, I didn't know that church, Living Hope, was even there. And got Pat's number, she hired me, and then my recovery went in a new level. It's like I could work maybe every other day for a few hours. Next thing, I'm working every day, doing the food bank, took on the pantry, took on the billing, started getting more and more jobs, and feeling like I was getting spiritually fit. Physically is where my problem is. You know, I'm walking, driving, moving freely now. Still have some pain, but I have that area of my life I know I need help in. And I have people who, Pastor Jesse gave me all of his Metafast, so I did Metafast. And for about 2 months, I lost a bunch of weight. When the Metafast was gone, I gained it all back. You know, then there was the metabolism, the research center. Marianne gave me a bunch of stuff that, Pastor Jess again gave me some free coupons, and that didn't really work well for me. But in the past, I mean, I had done Jenny Craig, Nutrisystems, every diet you wanted to throw at me, and I would lose and then gain it all back. You know, I never made a lifestyle out